Broken chords are used in many exam syllabi in the early grades. They can be a real challenge for many students because they often use the wrong fingers on the wrong notes and they can't remember the finger patterns because they're different on both the right and left hands. There's often a lot of tension in their playing and they require constant repetition to achieve fluidity of movement, rhythmic evenness and a legato touch. I'm going to share with you a way to teach broken chords that will offer you and your students success from the very first lesson of teaching this concept, using whole body learning strategies and backing tracks. And the bonus benefits of doing this, lots of repetition, which means they start to get good at it. Singing and speaking, meaning they use more senses when they're learning, and this helps to improve memory function and, of course, build oral development, which means they're going to play in time and develop a better ear for music. First of all, you'll want to get the chord shapes into your students' hands. With the Practice Buddy backing track, have your students play a root position chord up the piano along with the music. Each exam track on Practice Buddy has 3 speeds. Your student can start with a lower practice speed and work up to the full exam speed. You can also adjust any track's speed by percentage. Before playing the inversions of A minor along with the track, like we did with the root position, use the Broken Chord Kit to show your students how to work out the inversions. You can see I'm moving the lowest note letter up an octave to show the first inversion and then the second inversion of A minor. Now your student has a visual understanding of the inversion. Ask them to play each of these chords with the correct fingers on the piano and then along with the backing track, just like they did for the root position chord. Once your students know all 3 inversions with the correct fingers as individual block chords, use the Broken Chord Kit to work out which inversions play using the same fingers and which use different fingers. Use the green numbers when you use your second finger. I suggest you introduce one hand first and then play the block chords in that hand along with the backing track. Once your student is confident with playing the block chords along with the backing track, break each chord inversion up one at a time and play along with the backing track like this. All that individual chord playing may take a little time, but I can assure you the outcome will be so strongly embedded in your students' neurology and muscle memory that they will rarely make a mistake. Also, learning other broken chords becomes so much easier. This teaching strategy will definitely set your students up for success in playing broken chords correctly, and it will also help your students with better keyboard geography skills, improved rhythmic skills, improved listening skills, and offer your students an auditory experience of keys. And then there's the beginning to develop some of the skills for collaborative playing, and they are sympathetic playing, listening to an introduction, coming in on time, and of course playing together in time. To use this teaching strategy, you're going to need backing tracks that have the correct version of the broken chord pattern for every different exam syllabus. Luckily, Piano Teaching Success Practice Buddy has exactly that. Your students can get a Practice Buddy Student Pass, which has everything your student needs to excel at scales, broken chords, and arpeggios. The adjustable speed backing tracks are set at exam speed and can be slowed down in the early stages of learning. Tracks have been harmonically constructed so that fragment learning and repetition is built in. That means you can teach just one thing, like I've shown you playing one particular chord so that your student can repeat that one thing several times as the track plays. Repetition. Playing with backing tracks makes it so easy, but shh, your students will be having so much fun they won't even realise. Being able to see the full list of exam scales in one glance gives your students and their parents a really good idea of how much learning is needed to be exam ready, and as teachers we know how important that is. The downloadable Fast Track Scale Kits have many ways for students to learn their scales, which means every student's learning style is catered for. Everything from fingering charts and full colour graphical notation to flashcards and success charts will help you and your students keep track of what they're up to. This whole body learning approach makes scales and technical work fun for all learners in a multi-sensory way. When you use Practice Buddy in your studio, you'll be teaching scales like an expert. When your students are playing along with Practice Buddy at home, in no time at all, they'll be playing like an expert and having fun. Teachers, you're going to want to access all the levels, so we've bundled together the student passes for each exam syllabus together in your own special teacher pass. Any of the passes can be purchased in one of 9 currencies, and student passes are great value in your currency for just £19 in the UK or $31 in Australia. The teacher bundle is amazing value at £77 in the UK or $127 in Australia, and they're all available at pianoteachingsuccess.com. This month, when you purchase a Practice Buddy Teacher Pack, you'll receive a special gift from us of Piano Fundamentals, valued at £19 or $31 Australian. Piano Fundamentals is the perfect companion for your students' tutor books and includes pentascales, 1-octave scales, and integrating chord playing. Piano Fundamentals is the easiest way to introduce chord playing to all of your students, no matter which level they are. Piano Fundamentals is our gift to you when you purchase a Practice Buddy Teacher Pass today. This bonus goes away on the 31st of July, so make sure you get yours now. And all of the teaching resources you've seen me use to teach broken chord will be in your Getting Started course. Practice Buddy is the best way to learn scales, but if you've used it with your students and you don't like it, let us know in 7 days and we'll give you a full refund. The Practice Buddy is available at Piano Teaching Success. So what are teachers saying about the Practice Buddy? Well, Heather Watson from Perth says, students immediately pay more attention when I produce the scale backing tracks. I'm using them right from the beginning of introducing scales. It helps establish a steady beat from the outset. We often just listen and tap along before even playing. It's also easier to discuss major and minor modes while listening. And Mary Ashenden from Adelaide says, I love having everything easily accessible in each grade for each exam and not having to go and check the exam syllabus all the time. So if you'd like Practice Buddy for you and your students, check it out at pianoteachingsuccess.com and click on the Practice Buddy link.